Well, thank you very much, Cancora, and thanks to the other members for, I suppose, giving me a little bit of time this evening. Basically, I'm not going to detain anybody too long here, politicians or officials, because I'm sure people want to get away. But it would be remiss of me not to start off by paying a big tribute to the 8-woman, 3-man, 11 in total committee, including Deputy Rabbit and Deputy Minchell, I think, who have done enormous work. And as has been said already, the 18 recommendations, and Minister, I know you'll be very committed to this, it is important that we actually, get to work on implementing as quickly as possible. Now, there are many unknowns that our children and teenagers are at risk of in the digital era. Cyberbullying can be more than not to be a silent predator. Knowledge, communication and oversight is more important now than ever. One thing is for sure, what goes online stays online forever. How many children, pre-teen or teen, have been tormented, threatened, harassed, humiliated, embarrassed or otherwise targeted by another child, pre-teen or teen, using the internet, interactive and digital technologies or mobile phones? And I made the comment the other day, the phone was invented for people to speak. The phone is no longer for speaking. And to be quite honest, as a politician that has to keep up, like all of you, with everything that's happening, every few months there's a new way of getting messages. And you find actually that you can't keep up with all the messages. Somebody says to you, I sent you a message on WhatsApp or something, and you didn't respond. I mean, there are so many outlets, even for us, in terms of taking information that is absolutely impossible to keep up with it. Now, research shows that up to probably, I'd say, 15% of primary school children are being cyberbullied, and post-primary could be almost the same. And those figures are constantly growing. We have to tackle this issue. We have to be very serious about it. And I think there's a general, acceptance right across the political arena that it is extremely urgent we deal with it. People who use technology to bully may say things online or by text that they would never say face to face. They need to know that they are responsible for their words and actions in cyberspace as well as in the real world. If it comes down to it, the source of the abuse, the computer or phone being used, can be identified by the Gardaí. But speaking to parents about this, and I'm taken here from a newsletter that I actually put together with my staff, and we circulated it, and of all the issues I've dealt with in my constituency, the huge response I got to this made me feel that this is probably the most important issue. But in doing that research, I found disturbing things. The amount of parents, Minister and deputies, out there that are afraid to tackle this issue. So if their child is down in the bedroom, wherever, missing for half an hour, they know they're on this phone or some type of internet, and they're trying to balance not having a row with their child, and still being responsible in terms of to make sure they know what's going on. They're afraid to set time limits. They're afraid to speak about it. And in other words, they are allowing, in some cases certainly, their children to dictate the pace. And if one thing has to come out from this, and I think you've already mentioned it, parents must act strongly on this and must be responsible and must set the parameters. And I think you have to get into a sensible conversation, because it happens in our own house. You see, somebody is missing for a while, you can know where they are. But it is important to say, hey, you've been at that for half an hour, get out and kick a football, or we're going somewhere, or we're doing something else. You've got to engage them in a certain way. The other thing I have to refer to, when you go into restaurants nowadays, so many people have social media items for their kids to entertain them. I think it's absolutely shocking. No conversation, have a little thing here, have them playing away. Now, okay, maybe it's safe enough because the parents are there to regulate or watch what's going on. But isn't it shocking, even at a mealtime, even when people go out for an hour and a half, that they end up trying to keep the kids quiet? And sometimes when you're going when they're very young, of course, it might be hard to keep them quiet. But really, in terms of a way of entertaining them, I just don't like it. And those are the type of things I think we must speak about, and we must talk to parents about, and engage with everybody. So just in conclusion, I just again want to compliment everybody. I have no doubt, Minister, that you will give everything to get this matter sorted out as quickly as possible. And I would encourage parents and teenagers and everybody to engage in this. And in final conclusion, some of the stuff that's coming up on Facebook is horrific. Even in comments about whether the people are in politics or business or communities, I cannot understand some of the appalling language and bitterness. And I would appeal from the Oireachtas here this evening for all people to take stock of this that are doing it and stop it. It's bad for society. Thank you very much.
For those wise words, Deputy Murphy. Minister, now would you like